most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
So, Brad, how much water should you drink, and how do you tell how much water you should drink? We're going to go over 3 signs.
Oh,
today.
I thought
You want
it's
me
a
to,
rhetorical question.
Yeah, it's a rhetorical question,
okay.
right? By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Go to bobandbrad.com. If you'd like to join in our giveaway, go to the giveaway section. We're giving away
Booyah
Sticks, and they're hearty.
Booyah Sticks are Booyah Stik, Booyah Strong.
Yeah. You can also find the contest. They'll be pinned to the top of the page on Facebook. Go to Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program. What are you laughing at?
I went like this with my Booyah Stik right on my toe.
Oh, geez.
Felt good. All right, let's go on.
Our next video will be how to treat your toe. So, all right, let's get rid of the Booyah Stik.
All right.
All right, the most common answer to how much water you should drink is 8 ounces 8 times a day. And there's not really any big basis behind that. It was one person said it, and I think it caught on because 8 and 8, it's easy to remember.
Sure,
you know?
yeah, well, that's why I'd do it.
So the U.S. Institute of Medicine and the World Health Organization recommend 8 to 11 cups of water for women a day.
Yeah.
And 10 to 15 cups for men. So, but you got to take into account these factors. So this is what I want to discuss.
All right, yeah, because I got some questions there, but let's clear them up. You probably do it now.
How much you need greatly varies depending upon what, A, are you exercising?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you...
Clearly.
Right, clearly. B, the environment. So like if it's a hot summer day or if it's a cold winter day.
Humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Temperature.
On a hot summer day, I am a sweater.
Yeah.
I mean, I sweat.
Perspire.
Glower, whatever you want to say. But when on a hot summer day, and a lot of times I like to work hard on a day like that.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll go for a walk in the morning, then I'll go play golf, and then I'll do some maybe lawn mowing. And I can soak through 2-3 shirts.
You just throw them on the ground and get new ones.
Yeah. But I'm drinking. I can't keep up with the water.
Oh, right.
Days.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink 8 in an hour probably. So letter C, overall health. Let's say you're not doing that well and you have fever, vomiting, diarrhea. You're obviously going to need more fluids.
Yeah.
Your age. Brad and I know this very well, not for being old ourselves, but
speak for yourself.
Yeah, speak for yourself. But we know from working with a lot of the elderly in the nursing homes, they have your perception of thirst gets out of whack. They don't realize they're thirsty quite often.
Sure.
And so what we see very often is dehydration.
Right.
A very common diagnosis.
I know my brother works in the ER. He has for years. And he says everybody, well, I should say everyone, but basically everyone that comes in that is like 60 or older, they're always dehydrated. Sure. They always got to put an IV in, get some hydration going. So, I think people resort to drinking coffee and think that maybe there's some
you know what though?
Water benefits.
Actually, Brad, there is. I just read this. You get the same amount of fluid from coffee, beer. You're set, buddy.
But what about the diuretic?
No, well, you might go to the bathroom more, but
right.
You're still taking in the same amount.
I know, but the diuretic will flush out some because you're going to be going to the bathroom quite a bit more as a result.
Right, but you're still taking the same amount of fluid.
Okay, so we've got another
controversial point.
Yeah, contention.
So another thing to consider is that you actually get 4 cups of water on average from your food.
So watermelon is probably a little higher.
Oh, watermelon is way higher.
Yeah,
because that's almost 100% water.
Sure.
But so when you're talking about 10 to 15 cups for males and 8 to 11 cups for women, you're getting 4 cups, from food right away.
Sure.
So it's not nearly as much as you might need.
But if you eat a lot of bread, that would suck it in like a sponge, and maybe you need more than if you eat some of those types of food.
Right. And as we alluded, you can get water from other fluids: coffee, tea, beer. I know people always say, they're diuretic and they're going to cause you to go to the bathroom.
Right.
But according to these articles and these experts, they're saying, and I read several. They said you still get fluid is fluid,
Right.
basically.
Well, I'm sure there's so much water in there, but there
But
still is a
you're getting rid of it more. You're saying.
well, the caffeine and the alcohol, they're both diuretics, dehydrate you, particularly alcohol that dehydrates. Not that I would know from
Sure.
experience, but
All right. The other thing to consider is that your physician may restrict your fluids if you have heart or kidney failure. So you want to keep that in mind.
right,
Obviously,
right.
don't want to go against that. You don't want to drink 8 to 11 cups or 10 to 15 cups if your doctor's saying not to do it. So
Right. If you're, yeah, there's certain, we've seen that in our field of work often.
So how are you? How to know are you dehydrated? First, one, are you feeling thirsty? And this is what they said too, Brad. A lot of people have you heard the saying that if you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
Right. You're particularly if you're exercise. I know
Yeah.
with that, if you're running or biking a long distance, if you wait till you're thirsty to drink, it can't catch up.
Sure.
You need to prehydrate and make sure you
I think
hydrate.
exercise is the exception because they're saying no on a regular day. If you feel thirsty, that doesn't mean you're dehydrated. It just means you're thirsty. You're ready
Okay.
for some
So then
more.
that's okay.
Yeah, then it's
Okay.
okay. The other thing is you want to look. I hate to say it, but you got to look at your urine or
Oh,
urine or your
yeah.
pee.
Mhm.
Is it dark in color?
Sure.
Then you become dehydrated. If it's colorless or light yellow, you're good.
You're better.
You're golden.
Good. You're golden. Why, Bob?
Why,
do we
why,
have? It's
why?
a family show.
Yeah. So, but the way to actually test this is you're going to chug some water, and if you pee it out soon after, that means your body was already topped off. I mean, you.
Right, because as you know from physiology class 101, what goes in comes out because you got homeostasis, things balance out.
Right.
So,
If your body keeps it,
mhm.
that may mean that you were dehydrated. 'Cause
Sure.
you needed it.
The
So,
glass was half empty and you filled it up, and it's not going to
or
get
it's
rid.
half full.
Right.
You can actually do this formally. You can drink 3 cups of water and then measure your urine output
Mhm.
in the next hour.
Yeah.
It is one way of doing it.
Sure.
And so I
I've
don't-
thought about doing that once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't do it. I don't know.
Well, as in physiology, it's like this would be an easy experiment.
Oh, sure.
You know.
Yeah. You could do different things like exercise and
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah, that's
how
all.
to
That's
fix
all
it.
science.
All right. Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
We're already done.
Yeah, we're done. It's a short one.
So, but what about ounces? Did you convert any to ounces?
Well, that first recommendation was 8 ounces 8 times a day.
I heard this one, and I can't remember if I got it right, but it was like your weight. If you weighed 100 pounds, you should drink 100 ounces
I see.
per day. But don't quote me on that. But I believe if you did some homework, there might be another way of estimating.
Again, though, there's so many variables.
Yeah.
Again, the heat alone to me is such a big one.
Yes.
And your activity level, exercise is such a big variable.
I don't know if I want to carry on here, Bob, but I do want to mention I was teaching a spinning class where they always emphasize a lot of water because it's hot, you're sweating. It's a 45-minute aerobic class. And I said, you cannot overhydrate yourself. And naturally, someone in this class says, oh, yes, you can. Science has proven. It's like, well, you can, but you got to work at it
I wonder
pretty
if I
hard.
knew her because, no, seriously, there was a girl, she taught lymphedema.
Oh, sure.
And in that world, there's too much fluid. And so a lot of people are taking in too much fluid and they're dealing with too much fluid.
Well, this wasn't in that case. This person was talking about a healthy person.
No, I know that. But she was of the mindset that a lot of people drink too much water.
Sure.
And I've seen it also in some runners that they drink too much water, like in prep for the race and even during the race.
But you're pushing it in.
Yeah, you're pushing it, but some of them actually overhydrate.
Right, you can get the reverse osmosis because you're getting too much water in, and then that pulls actually electrolytes out of the cells.
Right.
But that, you got to work at that, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
we divert. And
now we can say goodbye.
Have a good day.